What is up, Scrub Fam? I am here with another video. I'm back from Orlando. I got back last night. It was a great trip, fantastic trip. Before I go over my weekend and the deck that I played for this weekend, a little bit about the future going forward. Let me give a shout out to my sponsor, Bearded Collectibles, Alec Pastrana, the best shop owner on the planet, also probably the best human being on the planet. Alec Pastrana, if you're looking to get your sealed product, you're looking to get your cases for set 5, which you need to because the singles, the SPRs, the foils are cashissimo, my guy. You need to go through Alec Pastrana to get your sealed product for set 5, Miraculous Revival, or the DBS TCG. But in general, I want to first give a shout out to Alec Pastrana in general just for this weekend. He allowed me to have the most amazing time. Offered me to be able to stay in his home with him, hang out with him throughout the weekend. You know, we had multiple dinners together, multiple meals. We hung out the entire time. It was amazing. And then, of course, shout out to Team Bearded in general. Some of my favorite people in the entire world, as well as just, you know, the DBS community itself. They all have such amazing personalities, and every single one of them I love to death. And it was awesome to be able to spend time with them and go down there and make that trip and be able to spend this weekend with them and just, you know, really enjoy the event. And like, we all worked together as a team to kind of everyone get their invites, and we all provided input with each other, and just going out to dinner and the talking, and we're all very excited for nationals. So in general, I am very, very excited for, you know, Team Bearded going forward, and the things that, you know, they're going to be looking to be doing. So in general, amazing weekend with Team Bearded. So the weekend started Friday, where I got in at around 2:30 in the afternoon. Alec picked me up. We went and we gorged some Wendy's since I hadn't eaten all day, and then from there we went chilled at his house for a bit, and then we went to the Bearded shop, opened it up, and then we did a bunch of play testing. So Alec was trying to decide on his deck. He was testing Red Blue Krillin with Chain Attack Zeno. He didn't really like the feel of it, and then Nick Fishman was also testing Blue Yellow Storm with Krillin and really didn't like the feel of it. And so I actually gave Nick Fishman my Hercule deck. So full on, like, main deck, sideboard, everything. Play this. He played 3 games with it total, and then decided to play it at the event because he really, really liked the feel of it. And myself, you know, I was stuck between playing Hiru Storm on Saturday or playing something fun. And the only other thing I brought with me, I basically brought Hiru Storm, I brought Hercule, and then I brought the stuff to make my triple flash deck with Hiru, which I've always been a big fan of. I think it has a really good place in the format. And so I was originally thinking about playing Storm because it was the deck I had the most experience with, but as the event came around Saturday morning, right, I'm sitting down and I look over, and Ben Stevens, he already has his invite, so he's having fun. He's putting together this Galactic Frieza deck, man, with just like this array of strong blue and yellow cards, and he's playing Shin and Roshi and all this stuff. And then I just like take a deep breath and I go, there's no way I'm playing Storm today. That deck is not fun. I'm going to play a deck that's super fun. And so I opted to play Triple Flash, which is a deck I just love to death. So I ended up sleeping up Triple Flash for the event, wrote my deck list that day, that morning, decided on it, sideboard plan, everything, you know, was there that day. And so that's the deck that I decided to run. And so Saturday I had an amazing day. You know, I got off to a really hot start. I started off, you know, I think 2-0, and then I played a really amazing set against my opponent who's playing like Red Blue Soul Striker. No, I was 1-0 at the time. Yeah, so I just started. I was playing as Red Blue Soul Striker, and we played this insane set. Like, game 1, I took it because he wasn't prepared for Triple Flash. Game 2, I had him on the ropes because he was playing around Triple Flash, so I chain Zenoed him instead. And I had him down to like nothing in hand, but he just top decked all the answers to end up killing me, which was insane. Like, it was down to the last card, and then game 3, we go to time, and we're in turns and during time, and I assemble all the pieces to Triple Flash. So I have Triple Flash, combination attack pan, I pump, I'm about to declare my attack, and then time for turns is called. Time for turns is called, so I get a draw. So I'm 1-0-1 to start the day. And then I go on an insane run, winning, you know, the next 4 straight, so I'm 5-0-1. And then something happened. I don't know what happened. My round 7 opponent, his name was Muhammad Fatah. He wasn't there. He didn't show up. So I got a free win in round 7, which, I mean, it's incredibly fortunate, and I'm aware of that, and like, I'll take that all day. That was awesome. But at the same time, like, the run I was on, the games I was playing, I was feeling so good, and I was in my flow state and playing awesome games and having just so much fun. You know, I played a set against Krillin the round before, Matt Bavarnik. I got my win back off of him because he got me in Richmond. I got him here, which we played a really sweet set of games that came down to the wire in game 2. But in general, it was just a really good set. And then so I was like really feeling it. So then when the round came and then I didn't have an opponent, Like, yeah, I mean, I was happy to get a free win, but at the same time, I was like super sad because it's like I really wanted to just keep playing awesome games of DBS with my really sweet deck because I was having a really great run that day. And then so I get the win, and then you guys saw my stream match against Dylan in round 8, where game 1 he opened the nuts, man. Like game 1, there's nothing I could do, and we had a blast, like playing on stream. Like I don't know if you guys could tell, but I was really loose, like joking around and stuff, and having a good time, and just trying to make the most of it because I knew he was absolutely just smashing me in game 1. And I told him before game 2 started, I said, don't worry, game 2 will be much better. And then so game 2 was much better because something that about my deck that a lot of people didn't know, and I think the key to the deck being successful across the course of the day was the way I played the deck in game 1 and game 2, depending on the match, like no matter what the matchup was. So game 1, I was all in on triple flash, and the opponent knew that, and so that's what they were so preoccupied with. But game 2, I'd side in chain attack Zeno, and I would side in the full 7 cards, and then the key is I never showed my opponent, or I did everything I could to make sure I didn't show my opponent any pieces of chain attack Zeno. And so what that did is they never knew that it was there. And the way I was playing the deck was I was playing the deck really slow. Like I don't know if you guys are familiar with the deck of Splinter Twin and Magic, but the deck is like a slower combo deck because it's really waiting to kind of make sure it has like counterspell backup, etc. And it's just going to go off and try and kill you in one turn. Well, that's what this deck kind of does. Like it's really slow. You're really not going off until you get to 4 or 5 energy, unless you have to go off on turn 3 because you're playing against Storm and you have all the pieces of triple flash. But in general, like you play the deck really slow. You're just trying to accumulate as much card advantage as possible, like really protect your life, and then only go down to 4 the turn you want to actually go off. So game 2, I did that, and he put me down to 3, which sucked, but I didn't really have any choice, and I just wanted to make him commit as much as possible, which he did. And he had so many cards in hand. He had like 14 cards in hand, so that I deployed Chain Zeno, reversed the game completely, and then ended up grinding him out for the win. And then game 3 was much like game 1. He was on the play. He opened really well. He smashed me. And then so last round, I thought they were doing top cut the next day. I mean, I guess I was confused, but I was under a safe assumption. A lot of people were telling me, yeah, top cut's tomorrow. So the last round, I actually just conceded to my opponent because he's a really good guy. He talked to me about his deck. He was playing Hercule, and it was kind of a hybrid of my deck and Pat's deck from a couple of events ago. So it was really sweet because he talked about how huge fan of our content and whatnot, and so I gave him the win. And he ended up finishing 4th. If I would have known that they weren't doing top cut or anything, I probably would have played it out just to see, because I think I have a really good Hercule matchup, especially the way the deck is built. So I ended up conceding the win, and since I had done my job, I did it for the boys. I just wanted to make sure I did well enough to take up a spot so that invites would pass down. But in general, I had an incredible day, an insane run. I played an amazing deck that was incredibly fun, and I did what I wanted to do, which is I wanted to kind of do a send-off of this format by playing a deck that no one has really played that much, and really just this is Triple Flash's last chance to shine with a non-red leader, and I really wanted to send it, give it the appropriate send-off, and so I did that, and I had an amazing time because Victorious Fist SS3 Son Goku is probably my favorite card in the entire world. I love that battle card. It's just so powerful. When you just combo everything together and he just gets bigger. He has like dual attack. Like he's insane. So I really wanted to build a deck around that and Triple Flash, so I did. And then I ended up having a really good run, great tournament. Deck diversity was amazing. Orlando, by far, if you're a huge fan of this game, Orlando was an amazing event to be at, just because the amount of decks that you saw being played at the top tables, middle tables in general. There was a lot of things going around. It was a great format, great metagame, and I really enjoyed the event itself. But in general, I had a really good time. And I think the biggest thing was there was a breakthrough for myself. I don't know if it's necessarily a breakthrough, because I think I've been feeling this way for a long time, but I definitely think that I've taken that next step as a player. I think I was good. I think I was always good, but now I think I've definitely stepped up a level, because the way I play games is much differently now than I did months ago. And the thing that was amazing, Richard Zapp pointed out to me, was that I haven't been playing this format at all. I've been playing set 5 so much, but I came into this tournament, felt super fresh, played a deck, and was able to do really well, just because of the stuff that I just, the take the knowledge, the buying the extra turns, the extending the game as long as possible to play for your outs, the, making sure that you have a deck built that has outs to give you if you're in a tough situation, and doing all that, combining all that, I was able to have a really good day. And I'm going to carry this momentum with me as we go into Nationals and we continue testing. But in general, it was awesome. So let me go ahead and go over the deck itself so you guys can see exactly what I played. This was my 65 for the event, so I played 4 Intensifying Power Trunks. This is my Awakening card. A lot of times I'd be at 5 life with 4 energy, and I wanted to go off that turn, so essentially I'd have Intensifying Power Trunks. I would take up a lot of my red energy with it, swing, and then I would then play my Determined, Awakened, and then I would go off that turn. A lot of times that's how I did it, and in general this is just a really good card to pressure Hercule, and a lot of decks just because it's a crit attacker. 4 Pint Size Warrior Son Goku. This card is great to pitch with your leader for when you're trying to swing, discard, draw 2. But all in all, it's used for red energy and additionally searching out the pieces of Goku that you need. 4 Combination Attack Pan. This is the card that ensures that your Triple Flash will go off. And honestly, I think Combination Attack Pan is so underrated by a lot of people. The card just picks up so much value the way you can just use it, and it becomes like a 10k combo once it's on board and you're trying to go for game. Because if you just play 1, you pump 5, and then you can combo with it. So that's 10k by itself. So the more of these you have, the more additional 10ks you have for your Triple Flash, which is kind of gross. 4 Determined Super Saiyan Son Goku. A lot of people ask me why I didn't play the 5-drop, and that's because I never wanted to wait to have 5 energy to try and go off. I'd rather just, have the 3-drop and have as much energy open to me as possible. What this allowed me to do was there was one game where I waited all the way till I got to like 6 energy, and I played a Foreseeing Hit and did the Triple Flash combo all in one turn to kill the opponent. So, in general, having this 3-drop as opposed to a 5-drop just opened up way more possibilities for me throughout the course of the game. 3 Foreseeing Hit. It's the best battle card in the game. I should have honestly played 4 in the main deck and just took out a Pint Size, but I really wanted to maximize the consistency of the Goku engine, so I played 4 Pint Size. So I played 3 Foreseeing Hits in the main, 4th in the sideboard. Foreseeing Hit is the best card in the game in this current format. There's no doubt about it. You have to play it. 4 Unbreakable Super Saiyan Son Goku. This is your extra super combo. 3 Victorious Fists SS3 Son Goku. Card is insane. I won games with this card alone because of how huge that this boy would get. Think about the extra 5k that it gets. Think about the combination type pans. You can kill your opponent with just 2 swings with this if they don't have negates available to them. 3 Triple Flash Son Goku. This is your ultimate win condition. A lot of times the reason why I would just win games is because even if games went long, my win condition is always better. Always, because I have a triple striker that can't be negated. It draws me 2 cards when it comes down, and then it's going to be huge and it's going to swing for game. So I just relied on having the best late game possible. And Triple Flash is just the best closer. And then the fact that even against Storm, I was able to go off on turn 3 against a Recruiter Storm later in the tournament after he put me down to 1. He put me down to 1 life. I intentionally went down to 1 life because I knew he couldn't kill me because of the negates I had in hand. And so he left himself at 3, and then I just absolutely just, destroyed this man on turn 3 Triple Flash. 4 Hoy Emissary of Flame. Best super combo. 4 Unyielding Spirit Trunks. This is what allows your most busted turns to happen. It's not the best card in the deck, I will say, but it is an enabler, and this is important to have for those turns where you need it. 4 Raging Spirits on Gohan. 4 Sensu Beam. Basically, what I wanted to do is play a deck similar to Chris Welch's Turtle, but I wanted a win condition. So, again, I would play these, all these super combos to make sure I kept my life total high, and then that kind of got me around Chain Zeno and Cell Chain and a lot of those matchups that I did play because my life total was so high, they never wanted to do it. And then 2 Scientist Fu, best Overwhelm card. This is also a finisher in the deck. And then 3 Whisk Coercion. I only played 3 Whisk Coercion between the main deck and sideboard. I don't think that came back to haunt me at all. I think if anything, if I wanted to make a change, I would cut the Pine Size for the 4th Foreseeing Hit and then play the 4th Whisk Coercion in the board instead of the 4th Foreseeing Hit in the board. And then I would go from there. Sideboard plan was 4 Chain Attack Trunks, 1 Foreseeing Hit, 2 Mafuba, 3 Zeno the Plain God, 3 Haru Haru, and 2 Mass Saiyan the Mysterious Warrior. So one thing that was critical in my games against Dylan Warren that I forgot about going into Game 3 is previous experience from testing. When you win on the play in Game 2. So this is only for a very specific situation. So if you're playing this deck, you're on the draw in Game 1 against Storm, right? You're already a dog in that matchup, so you're on the draw in Game 1, unless you get to go off on Triple Flash, which is possible. It's your out. So if you lose Game 1, you go to Game 2, and you're on the play. You side in Chain Zeno, the full package, right? You win Game 2 because you're favored in that matchup since you're going to be going first. Game 3, when you're back on the draw, you're actually supposed to side out Zeno the Plain God and side in your 2 Scientist Fus that you sided out for your 2 Mass Saiyans in Game 2. And so the reason why you do that is you increase your threat density so you actually have a chance to kill them on the crackback if they commit too much. and it's a catch-up card. So once you lose some resources, Scientist Food allows you to catch up and burn resources from your other hand when you attack. So that was a critical mistake that I made siding in Game 3 that I could have gave myself a better chance to win. I would have always rather have drawn a Scientist Food rather than as another playing god in those games than in Game 3, and it definitely showed. So that was a critical mistake that I made, even though I don't think I would have won those games regardless, because like Game 3, I don't think I would have won regardless because the start was really great, and I did not draw optimally in Game 3. I didn't have a Sensu Bean in Game 3. I think having the Scientist Fu and the Mass Saiyan's main deck would have been super helpful. But in general, the sideboard playing, a lot of the times, if you wanted to get in Chain Zeno, you'd side out your 4 pint-sized, and then you sign out your 3 Victorious Fist SS3 Son Goku for your 4 Chain Attack Trunks and your 3 Zeno the Playing God. So that would give you your Chain Zeno package of main deck, and that would still leave you with your 4 Combination Attack Bands, 4 Determined Gokus, and 3 Triple Flashes, so you could still go off along with your Sensu Beans if you need to get up to 40k. And so that was my game plan in a lot of matchups. If I ever needed to go further into the sideboard, so if I had to do the 4th Foreseeing hit as well, I would cut something like 1 Combination Attack Pan additionally. So I would do 4 pint size, 1 Combination Attack Pan, 3 Victorious Fist, and then I would side in the 4th Foreseeing hit. If I needed to bring in 2 Mafubas, I would cut 1 Raging Spirit Son Gohan, 1 Unyielding Spirit Trunks, and able to fit in the 2 Mafubas, etc. So you can see how it kind of scales from here, but the sideboard plan is very tight, and the key to playing this deck is, of course, committing to Triple Flash in Game 1 and trying to win with that, and then in Game 2, you're switching over to a Chain Attack Zeno deck, and you're going to be able to still have Triple Flash to threaten the opponent for your kill condition later in the game, but you really just want to get to 4 energy, play something amazing, like Foreseeing Hit or Chain Attack Zeno, whatever's the most relevant, then Awaken, and then swing with your leader to kind of strip your opponent's resources. So that's what this deck would do best in Game 2, is it would, it change into Chain Zeno, and then you still have that awesome win condition. But in general, this deck was incredibly sweet. It was incredibly unique. I was so happy I got to play it because it was so much fun, and I had such great games with it. And in general, this deck was very powerful. So I'm excited to see how many people pick this up for this weekend. I hope some people do. But in general, I just think that this was a really good pick for this weekend. I was happy that I made the decision, and I had a ton of fun. So, with that being said, that was my Orlando recap. I got home Sunday, and I recorded a small podcast. I don't really think it's a podcast. It's maybe like 10, 11 minutes long that I'm going to be posting on the Patreon page that goes over my experience, development as a player, etc. So you guys can, continue to see that and get more content on the Patreon. Also, there's going to be a special Discord, a 3XG Productions Discord only chat where we're going to be going over discussion topics from the 3XG Discord. So if you want to join the Patreon, the $3 tier, you get access to all articles, all content, and you can be in that Discord conversation tomorrow night where we go ahead and go over just different topics that people are interested in talking about, and it's going to be myself, Richard Zapp, hosting, potentially going to have Pat O'Neill involved as well, so it's just going to be a good group chat for the Discord. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this content. Be looking forward to some more Set 5 content this week. More articles coming up on the Patreon, probably more podcasts since I think they're relatively easy to do. I can just do them whenever I want to talk about the game, because I talk about the game a lot in general, even to myself. So I'll be doing those more this week too. So just be on the lookout for more content, especially as we move forward in the Set 5 and Internationals. I thank you guys so much for all your support. Everything. T-shirts have been mailed out to everyone that returned their shirt sizes to me, so I should be caught up on those for everyone that is, paid for the 1337 tier up through October. Be on the lookout for new Patreon tiers. The original Elite, that tier is officially over. It's stopping at 40 patrons, and we're going to be making new tiers moving forward. So I'm super excited about the direction of the channel as we move forward. And I also have a big announcement coming up. You guys will probably see posted within the next couple of days or so that is going to be a huge change in my development as a player, as well as the route that I've chosen to take as we move forward in nationals, and what's best for myself, and trying to make the most of this experience and continue to get the most out of the game. And so I hope you guys are excited about that announcement when it happens. But again, thank you guys so much for everything. Scrub fam is the best fam. Shout out to Alec Pastrana again. Love you, man. Okay, bye.